coming up. We'll see Joe Burrow taking on Aaron Rodgers. The Packers and Bengals squaring off for just the 14th time, with Cincinnati winning 3 of the last 4. It's all headed your way next on EA Sports.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Time to see this Bengals offense here as they get set for their first drive. And under center, of course, is the number 1 pick in the 2020 draft, now in year number 2, Joe Burrow.
And what a rookie season he had indeed. A knee injury knocked him out in Week 11 at Washington. And while the Bengals only won 2 of his 10 starts, I think everyone around the league and anyone who watched the NFL came away impressed. 13 touchdowns, just 5 interceptions, nearly 270 yards a game passing, the 3rd most by a rookie in NFL history.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 23 carries, 127 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And the Packers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week: 17 carries, 64 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rush.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one
throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, his throw incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself a big chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
On one, ready?
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. And Jamar Chase won the 2019 Belitnikov Award as the nation's top receiver while at LSU. And the guy who threw him the passes there, Joe Burrow, now his quarterback at Cincinnati.
Mixon with a first down carry. And some room to roam now. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Hey, good job, baby, good job.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, it's exactly what you're looking for.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones.
And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. To throw is Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest where the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Let's go!
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this off.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall.
As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. Brandon Wilson to return it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was. And we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you down 2-0. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They lost two straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that one not going to have enough height on it. Down around his feet, it's incomplete.
On now is the Packers punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now Joe Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been a second, but instead it's 4th down.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Rodgers now on first down.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon,
89 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Well, CD, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Evan McPherson for the extra point.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense.
They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And this will be a Packers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones, and he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Rodgers.
And this pass broken up. And the contact, well of time there. And now 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Burrow from his own end zone.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Eluding the pressure right. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But sometimes, Brand, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Running left, it's Mixon.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mixon will try the right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Boy, 184 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Let's go, man.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On 1st down, Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing, Burrow. Flush to his right. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
To throw, Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on fourth down, because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Once again, they run with Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
A handoff to Mixon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll give it to Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Oh, now Hopkins slow to get up here. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's a give to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here's Mixon. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal. Such a long drive. Here, 3 points, that would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You
loved
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Cincinnati, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they